Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with Lamplight City, which is a new game. It's on Steam, and full disclosure, I did receive my copy of the game for free, and we're going to play.
Hold up.
So I'm just going to put this out there. This is my third go at trying to record this. I keep having issues with my OBS, and that's fine. So I've played like the first 3 minutes of this game through like 3 times now. So I do already know what happens, but I want you guys to be able to see it because it's pretty cool. There's some choices.
Wake
we're
up, sunshine.
gonna say some stuff. There's voice acting. It's very good.
Haven't I told you not to call me that?
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
A bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities.
The guy's an alcoholic, you see.
Hell, maybe Adelaide can even join us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
She won't.
I'm afraid she mostly sticks to tea these days.
It's true.
Miles,
tea.
what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
Wah wah.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't. Why do you think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I'd bet the devil my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager.
Get wrecked. So I've heard that 3 times now. I still like it. I still like it. It's good. I laughed more the first time I saw it, but
We've arrived.
what are you gonna
After you,
do?
Bill?
You know, I want to record it. I want to be fair. It's a point and click adventure. The voice acting's solid. Borough of Chumley, that's how you say that, and I knew that without having to play it a bunch of times. It's not like I tried to say Chumuldany or something the first time that I played. And I'm certainly not going to cut me saying Chumuldany in so that you can hear me saying it, because you know that I know that it's Chumley. You'll see. He'll say it. I'll make him say it.
And so, our night of excitement begins.
You more than anyone else should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
Ha,
I
see?
have a
Told you.
feeling
I
tonight
told
will be
you.
the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
So we can like look at a bunch of stuff. There's like stuff to look at. There's
All too common sight. in
some
this part of
this
town.
homeless family.
Sad to say, it hasn't really changed much since I was a boy.
There's this
Just
crazy
pacing back and
person.
forth, muttering to himself.
Probably one of the patients from Riverview. Seems like there's more of them on the streets than in the asylum these days.
There's this Zeppelin.
I can't believe that thing made it all the way across the Atlantic in less than a week.
Don't scoff at the future, Miles. Pretty soon, we'll all be riding those things to work.
Especially considering Prince Harold is their big
I
celebrity.
don't know who Prince
passenger.
Harold is because I haven't gotten that far yet.
Poor fellow. Looks like the streets are his bed tonight.
Better than jail, I suppose.
He'd at least get fed in jail.
True enough.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this trash can.
Fordham, what are you doing?
His name's
I was going
Fordham.
to check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point. No point wasting time searching through a dirty old trash can.
You finally learned. I'm so proud.
Let's check out this light.
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Now let's talk to this dude.
Bill, could I have a word?
What's on your mind, Fordham?
So we can talk to him about stuff. Let's talk about the
At
burglary.
a flower shop. Not the most thrilling case we've had, is
It's
it?
true. It's not.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Snelling's been giving us the boring cases lately on purpose.
Haha, get wrecked.
Why would he do something like that?
Because he hates us.
Denying a promotion to chief of police. He'd sell his own mother's cane if he thought it would help. Plus, there's no secret he doesn't like us.
I can't understand why. I've shown him nothing but respect.
That's the problem.
Because you're too good at what you do. And because you're friends with me.
What's that got to do with anything?
Not everyone is as open-minded as you, Miles. Let's just leave it at that.
Open-minded as hell. I think you're pretty good looking.
Thank you.
You ever miss living out here?
Chumley.
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
Bill? I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so fantastic.
Love it.
Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out.
Not a big fan
Miles,
of that simile
you
there.
didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
And
Still
himself?
feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once his case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or four.
Hair of the dog?
No better medicine.
Right.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
So now we're into territory that I haven't played, because that's as far as I got. Like I said, I kept having problems recording and stuff, so...
Reminds me, I should pick up a bouquet for Addie when we're done here.
Seems like you've been spending more time with me than with her lately. I sure hope she's not the jealous type.
all right.
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
Right, so there's some vandalism.
Certainly looks cozy in there.
Plants have a nice way of doing that.
Okay, anything else we can look at? I don't want to miss anything. Okay, I guess we go inside. Onwards! Like I said, I haven't been in here. I don't know anything that's going to happen in here. We're into uncharted territory.
Isn't it?
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
Right?
Plants hanging on hooks. A nice space-saving method.
I'd probably bang my head against them constantly if I had them in my apartment.
Okay.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
You think those are bad? Don't go near the flower shops in Leon.
Right?
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there.
Right? So we're just...
This is quite the selection.
Oh, no, we already did that. Yep. These are half price?
Too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
Okay. Right. Do we get different dialogue
Bill?
with him in here? No, we don't. I just wanted
Let's
to...
get back to it.
I just wanted to see if we did.
You seem to be part of the watering system for the flowers.
I
Okay.
haven't seen old piping like this in a while. Seems like someone's reluctant to upgrade.
Okay. So that's potentially a clue.
It says private.
Well, that's one mystery solved.
Rude.
The staircase isn't very well lit.
I'll go first. That way you can catch me if I fall.
We should probably ask for permission before heading up there.
Yeah.
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer and growth tonics.
Growth tonics, eh?
Plant growth tonics, Bill.
Of course. I knew that.
Right. Okay. So I think we've looked at everything we can. Oh, what's this? Okay.
Be right there.
Okay.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today.
Nice.
Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
Oh yeah.
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am. We'd like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop.
Very sexist.
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Detective Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
It was made anonymously, but are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, Detective.
Oh.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen. Then 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
Okay, that's weird.
Have you been in business long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
All right.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
That is, but
And
it's
the
super
other reasons?
weird.
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
Right?
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and neither of them have been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary?
It is.
I was just about to close up the shop.
Too bad.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
Have you noticed any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood.
Fair
If you're
enough.
looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
Fair.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here, then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
I suppose not.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Cool. Casebook. Right, the has been burglarized. Wait for Trevor Hastings to speak with him. Find a point of entry upstairs. Clues. Point of entry. Missing lilies. What is this? Suspects. We have no suspects yet. Okay, so we're playing LA Noir, essentially, but like sort of 90s point-and-click adventure style.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
I like it.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Drafty, huh?
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
Okay. Let's look at the
I
windows.
don't think this window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
Nice.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Broken pot
Why not
storage.
just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs.
Nice.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted.
That's cool.
Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Handbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Right? Let's look at some portraits.
Young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Handbrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
A rather distinguished-looking gentleman.
Reminds me of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
Let's look at the heater.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication. A pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
I've never much understood art, but it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
Anything else that we can look at? Just the window.
Lamplight City, in all her glory. The window latch, securely locked.
Okay.
This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground.
Okay, anything else? Alright. So I think we've looked at everything. Large window. I just wanna make sure I haven't missed anything. Let's talk to Bill.
What's going on, Miles?
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Handbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
When's the last time?
That's a good question. What year is this again?
I think we've both been working a bit too much lately. Addie's been wanting to go visit her mother in Dixie. Maybe we can all go.
Maybe we
Sounds
can.
nice, but I wouldn't want to be a third wheel on a visit to your in-laws. Unless... Would Adelaide's brother be there by any chance?
You're incorrigible, Bill.
Nice.
It's one of my finer qualities.
So Bill's gay. Love
Let's
that.
get back to it.
All right.
Some canon queers. Fantastic. So nothing else in here. All right, let's go back to the doorway. All right. I guess we
I'll
talk.
let you know if I have any more questions, Mrs. Handbrook.
Ah, yes, I'm sure you will.
So what do we wait here or?
You seem to be part of the...
I haven't seen old...
Yeah. Okay. Was there anywhere else? I don't know. Let's just go outside, I guess. I don't know what else we can do. Oh, we can maybe go around the side? No, we can't.
Certainly looks...
Plants.
So we already looked at everything out here. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to look at my case or something? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Find a point of entry upstairs, wait for Trevor Hastings and speak with him. Okay. Right, so we must be missing something. Let's go back upstairs, I suppose. I don't know. I'll fast forward till we find something. So I found the thing. I needed to click on the gap, and I hadn't done that. So something long and thin. Let's look in.
Fascinating device. Unmarked.
I'll keep...
Seems to be the...
Why not?
It's like...
We need something long and thin.
I would imagine that keeping a... Hard to...
It's portrait.
Remi-
No. Okay. Maybe we go downstairs and ask for something. Hotspot icons will change when new interactions are available. Yeah, there we go.
Aha! This hook is exactly what I need.
Nice.
Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
Thank you. I now have the hook, and now we're on our way back upstairs, and we're going to open the door from the outside. I can feel it. I couldn't find it before because I didn't click on the gap, but that was my own fault.
The window lat. Good. Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop.
Here we go. Climbing outside.
Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
We're about to find out. All right. Got it.
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You taught me, remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
I'm sure.
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be telling.
Right. All right. Now we can go downstairs and tell her that her house has been getting broken into. Classic. Oh, here comes the assistant guy.
Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the burglaries, and they're here investigating.
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long.
So he reported.
As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
My partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
Time to
Now,
have a
Mr.
chat.
Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions.
Go on, then.
Here we go.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you lot sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow, alls I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
You're not
Do you have
wrong.
much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, Detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
All right.
Could you walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course, there's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascon around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
Okay.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards. but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along, even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective.
All right.
If you don't mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
Cool.
Learn anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
May I?
You're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, let's look at my casebook first. Ask Bill about surveillance. Okay. Here we go.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
All right.
Any thoughts on Mrs. Hanbrook's assistant, Trevor?
Yes, I feel sorry for him.
Why? He seems to enjoy his work.
Nah, it's not that. He's obviously smitten with Mrs. Hanbrook, but she won't give him the time of day.
What? You only saw him for a few moments. How in the ether did you get that impression?
The way he looked at her, the way he spoke when he confessed to contacting the police. Shall I go on?
No, that's fine. I see what you mean.
Really, Miles? You'd be surprised what you can learn from people if you just look at them.
Why bother doing that when I've got you to do it for me?
That's true.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hanbrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Oh, we're...
Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said... Oh, right.
Get wrecked.
Point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just... Shh.
I think I heard something.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Bill? Stop! Police!
Damn it! He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna grab his hat.
Bill!
Stay back, officer. I've got a knife.
Ready your pistol for him.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now!
There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened.
Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
Let's reason
Look,
with...
we've caught you red-handed. Put down the knife, let my partner go, and give yourself up.
No! I'm not going to jail. Do you know what they do to people in there?
Yes, I do. If you cooperate, I'll see if I can get the judge to ease your sentence.
I appreciate your tactics, Fordham, but this really isn't the time.
So we're making some tough decisions here. I mean, he was paying. He is reasonable.
Come on, all you've really done is taken some flowers. You're not a killer. Don't make things worse for yourself.
You don't know anything about me. But one thing's for sure. I'm not going to jail. So let me go free, or else your partner is going over the side.
Fordham, this madman clearly can't be reasoned with. Take your shot, now!
Nah, I'm letting him go.
Okay, we'll look the other way just this once. Just let my partner go.
Fordham, are you insane?
Bill, don't! Bill! Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
Well, that sucks. I think he was going to die no matter what. I get the feeling that was a how is he going to die, not is he going to die. Because otherwise this part of the story doesn't get to happen.
Wake up, sunshine.
I thought that's what I called you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space. I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy? Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
I'm losing my grip on reality, and it's all because of you.
Believe me, I know. It's not a pretty situation. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I've told you several times, although to be fair, if you actually listened to me, I'd still be alive. At any rate, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
A decent night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Right, that is real dark, and now we've got a ghost in our head, and we have to figure out what happened. Very cool, very awesome. I'm loving it. The voice acting's fantastic. I love that it's not a, inventory puzzle game. I'm not a fan of combine this banana with that parking meter to somehow make the grass grow better or whatever it is, like lots of those games are. This one was just like, very straightforward, lots of voice acting and stuff. Very fun, very cool. Let's go look at the description and see what the game has to say for itself. And, yeah, we'll do that. All right, Lamplight City, a steampunkish detective adventure from the creator of A Golden Wake and Shardlight. Can you help private investigator Miles Fordham find justice for his clients and track down his partner's killer before his entire world comes apart? It came out in 2018. Okay, so it's not new. It's been out for 4 years, but that's fine. And developed by Grunslav Games, and it currently costs $18.49. It's very cool. It is very cool. So let's have a look at what it has to say. Lamplight City is not only a great adventure game, but a great detective game. When you play it, you won't feel like the game is pushing you to a specific solution. It's up to you to decide what trails to follow and who to accuse. And if you fail, then you fail. That's pretty cool. The gateway to Vespuccia, the city of Air and Light, Lamplight City. Yep, the story features be the detective you want to be, but prepare to face the consequences. Investigate crime scenes and interrogate suspects. Get information by any means necessary. Follow the law or make your own rules, but how you choose to act will affect people's attitudes towards you. 5 cases to solve with multiple suspects, false leads, and different outcomes. Never find yourself stuck in a dead-end situation. If the case becomes unsolvable, simply move on to the next one. The story will adapt based on your choices. Ooh. Single-click interface with no inventory. Yep, I really like that. A fictional city with 4 boroughs to explore, each with their own unique flavor. Inspired by the works of Edgar Allan Poe and Charles Dickens. Meet over 50 professionally voiced characters. Original score by Mark Bennis. The voice acting is fantastic. This is very cool. I mean, these are generally going to say good stuff. Very engaging, well-made game, and once I got started, I couldn't put it down. Finally, some good-ass steampunk. A 19th century mystery detective point-and-click game with steampunk sprinkles. Yeah, interesting story, but heavily let down by flawed game mechanics, which can essentially lock you out of solving the case correctly as a result of choosing a wrong dialogue option. Ensure you save often if you're willing to put up with this feature. A sheer delight. I'm re-downloading the software to play through it again, and was surprised that my log time wasn't longer. Love adventure games, I love mysteries, I love unique settings, I love good characterization. Lamplight City offers all of those things and a lot more. Yeah, so people obviously love it. I love it. It's great. I'm definitely going to be giving it a thumbs up. So if you want to check out the game, you can click on the link in the description and come check it out. Looks like they've got a few different things. Detectives Across Time, Deep Stories bundle. So, Deep Story, it's just another bundle of their things. A Golden Wake and Lamplight City soundtrack. So they've got a few different games. Very cool. They're doing the right stuff. You know, they spent a lot of time voice acting. The voice acting is solid, really good. I was engaged. I didn't feel the need to comment on too much because the voice acting was immersing me in the story. I felt fully in the story listening to those characters act. So very good, very cool. I don't have a lot of stuff to say here other than it's definitely worth checking out if you're into point-and-click adventure. And well done voice acting and well done sort of steampunkish stories. This is definitely gonna scratch that itch. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Class dismissed.